Deino, the irate Pokemon, will be making its return in its own Community Day Classic this coming weekend. This is undoubtedly the best event we've had in May, and I'm going to show you why. As usual, we're going to show you some top tips and strategies for you guys, and right at the end, we're going to show you why you definitely want to be playing this day. This is Deino Community Day with Go With Us. Shh. Let's get time and dates out of the way. Guys, Deino Community Day Classic will be taking place this coming Saturday, May 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. local time, so 3 hours only. Which means it's time to talk about our featured Community Day Pokemon. Deino. Deino is a dragon and dark type Pokemon originally coming from the Unova region in Generation 5. Deino can evolve into Zweilous using 25 candy and finally into Hydreigon using 100 candy. It's very important to mention this right now that on this day up until 9 p.m. that night, if you evolve Zweilous into Hydreigon, you will get the featured Community Day move, which is going to be Brutal Swing. This is going to do 55 power in trainer battles, but it's going to do 65 power in raids. Let me just tell you, this is probably the best Community Day move on a Pokemon we've seen in a long time. Let's have a look at how this works with Hydreigon's base stats. Its max CP is 4098, which is really good, an attack value of 256, which is very strong, a defense of 188, and an HP of 411. So off the bat, this is a very strong start. One big problem here though is its weaknesses. It is weak to Dragon, Fighting, Ice, and Bug, but it is double weak to Fairy, so that's not great, but it does resist Water, Ghost, Grass, Fire, Electric, and Dark, and a double resist Psychic. Its fast attacks are going to be Bite and Dragon Breath, and its charged attacks will be Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, Fly, Flash Cannon, as well as the move we've just mentioned, Brutal Swing. Let's get these bonuses out of the way very quickly. Guys, it's going to be 3 times XP for catching Pokemon. Deino is a very, very easy, excellent throw, so we've got a great way to maximize this. Incenses are going to last for 3 hours, but that does not include your daily incense. We can take snapshots to get photobombed 5 times from Deino, and those Deino can be shiny. Every single Deino on this Community Day, including coming from field research, is going to have a 1 in 25 shiny rate. Beautiful shiny, even going into the evolution line, stunning green on all these Pokemon. Also, it looks like this lure module bonus will be continued. Lure modules activated during the event will last for 1 hour, but up until 9 p.m. that night after the event finishes, if trainers drop a regular lure module up until 9 p.m. that night, Deino has a higher chance of still being drawn to that lure module at the same shiny rate as 1 in 25. So if you miss the event and you're maybe at the office, or maybe you're only available after 5 o'clock, throw in those lure modules and get those shiny Deino. We just mentioned field research. There will be featured tasks going down, which is normally going to be catch 3 Deino for either 5 Great Balls, 2 Ultra Balls, 2 Pineapple Berries, or 500 Stardust, but you can get an encounter with Deino, and that 100% CP is going to be 455 CP. That is your guaranteed hundo. Screenshot that now if you want to remember. But it doesn't end there, because remember, on Community Days, we have the chance to potentially get a special background. There is a very small chance that you can find a special background Deino in the wild, but because we're talking about field research, there are 2 specific tasks based on previous Comm Days that will guarantee you a Deino encounter with a special background. Those are going to be catch 5 Pokemon while in a party, as well as catch 50 Pokemon for that Deino encounter. However, if trainers want to upgrade their experience for a total cost of $2, I would strongly recommend getting this ticket, and here is why. You're going to get another 3 encounters with Deino that have that special background. You're going to get another 10 encounters with Deino on its own. You're going to get 60 Ultra Balls, 1 Lucky Egg, 1 Incense, 3 Silver Pineapple Berries, 1 Charge TM, 1 Rocket Radar, 1 Premium Battle Pass, and right at the end, you're going to get 10,000 XP as well as 1 Rare XL Candy. Guys, do not sleep on this ticket. Very, very worth it in my opinion. If you are considering buying this ticket, please consider getting it through the web store. We do say this for most events, but getting it through the web store allows you to collect those Go points to progress through the web store track, and you can eventually claim some premium items. But also for this specific ticket, you can get an additional 5 Ultra Balls at no extra cost. Details out of the way, but you guys are probably wondering, yeah, but Mikey, how good are these evolutions in Pokemon Go, especially in 2026? Well, guys, let's just start off with Zweilous, the first stage evolution. Guys, there was a time where Zweilous was in the top 3 in the Go Battle League, which is very interesting because the way it's built, it can be a really good PvP Pokemon. For example, Zweilous in the Great League right now, including its Shadow form, is currently hovering around still the 150th spot, which is still very impressive. The optimal IV set you're going to want for that Zweilous specifically is going to be a 0-15-15. I actually have the rank 1 and rank 2 Zweilous in my bag. As you can see, see on screen right now, I got this over previous events, and I built one of these because I only got the rank 1 a little bit later. But how good is Hydreigon? And let's start off in the Great League. Guys, Hydreigon right now in the Great League is breaking into the top 100, and its shadow is currently hovering around the 73rd spot. The optimal IV set you want there is going to be a 0, 15, 10. The reason why this Pokemon is so good is that it's very spammy, it can apply a lot of shield pressure, it's very agile, but unfortunately something like Guzzlord, because it does have access to that poison type move, will be able to cover its fairy weakness, because remember, Hydreigon has a double weakness to fairy. In the Ultra League though, it performs even better. Its shadow form is currently around the 58th spot with Brutal Swing, and the non-shadow form is currently hovering around the 135th spot. The optimal IV set you want there is going to be a 0, 15, 15, but it's actually in the Master League where this Pokemon shines even better. The shadow is currently breaking to the top 50 in the 43rd spot. The regular, of course, with that XL candy as the hundo, is breaking into the top 100. So already in the GBL, this Pokemon has got a massive tick. But how good is it as a raid attacker? Well, let's start off in the dark type category. Let me just say that with Brutal Swing, this Pokemon becomes one of the best dark type attackers in the entire game, and the best part about it is that it is a budget Pokemon. Guys, it is currently the 11th best dark type attacker in the game, just behind Tyranitar, but it actually hits harder than Tyranitar when you look at its DPS. Also, the other thing I want to highlight is that Shadow Hydreigon is in the 3rd spot. It's the 3rd best dragon type attacker, so it's a great opportunity to try and get candy for that Shadow whenever you do get it. But have a look at the TDO of Hydreigon. It's literally better than a lot of the shadows ahead of it, like that Shadow Weavile, including something like Mega Absol as well, because it does share that same moveset with Brutal Swing. Trust me, this is a brilliant Pokemon to go after, and that's just the dark type category. If we have a look at the dragon type category, unfortunately, I thought it would be a little bit better, but it's barely breaking into the top 50 just simply because it only gets access to Dragon Pulse, which is not the best dragon moveset, especially as a raid attacker. So overall, this Pokemon is incredibly strong still in 2026, definitely worth playing and going after. But how do I really maximize this event knowing this information now? Well, first and foremost, we have to look at the bonuses, and the big one here is going to be 3 times catch XP, which is also going to kind of be stacking with your Spring Marathon Go Pass, where at tier 10 you're going to get 2 times XP for spinning Pokestops. If you are playing in a newer area or a newer city, or if you're looking for the time to do that, this could be a great time to do it because the XP gains could be incredible. Let's break it down for you very quickly. First off, like we said, Deino is a very easy excellent throw. Normally, when you hit an excellent throw in Deino, you would get 1000 XP, but during this event, you're going to get 3000 XP. I would strongly recommend popping on a lucky egg because that's going to double your XP for 30 minutes, which means every excellent throw is now going to land you between 6,000 and 7,000 XP per excellent throw, which is absolutely incredible, especially in a 3-hour time frame. On top of that, between catching Pokemon, you can spin these stops while your lucky egg is running, so you're pretty much going to be getting XP from 2 different angles. Play in a downtown area where there's a lot of Pokestops, the lures are lit up, you have a lot of trainers kind of circling the same spots. Trust me guys, this day, if you play it correctly, you could be looking at millions of XP. Tip number 2, hatching eggs. You're probably like, what? What does that have to do with this event? Remember guys, I've just mentioned that the Spring Marathon event will be happening while this event is going on, and the 5-kilometer egg pool is going to be hatching Baneri with the flower crown, Pichu with the flower crown, Togepi with the flower crown, as well as Happiny wearing the flower crown. This is a brilliant opportunity as well to try and get some of these eggs beforehand, and while you're walking, catching Pokemon, you can be hatching these eggs at the same time, because if you have managed to reach level 75 on your Go Pass as well, you will be able to get double hatch Stardust, which is pretty cool, but also double hatch XP. With the lucky egg running, that's another angle you can stack the XP on. Please remember to try and focus on these 5-kilometer eggs. In fact, I've done a full Spring Marathon breakdown video for you guys, which I'm going to leave up here, and I will leave it as the end screen. Please check that out. There are a few hidden gems in that event that you need to have a look at. Tip number 3, candy gains. Do I really need candy for this Pokemon? Absolutely, especially the XL candy. So how do we do that? For the entirety of the event, I want you guys to Mega Evolve a Mega Level 3 Dark or Dragon type Pokemon in the background. You could use things like Mega Absol or Mega Tyranitar because they hit the Dark typing. You could also use Mega Salamence or Mega Rayquaza. Anything that hits the same type that is Mega Level 3 or as close to Mega Level 3 as possible is going to serve you incredibly well. Guys, this is going to be your best way to get candy because remember, there is no 2 times candy bonus when it comes to Community Day Classics. Tip number 4, trade your Pokemon. You've heard me on this channel in recent weeks talk about how important trading trading is. This is one of those Pokemon that you want to try and get another friend, hopefully at best friend, to catch Pokemon with you, or maybe you have an alternative account that you can maybe run a gotcha on while you're playing as well. You want to be trading Pokemon between these two accounts because to get the hundo of Hydreigon is going to serve you incredibly well. Like I said, it's a budget Pokemon. It is a brilliant budget raid attacker, especially in the dark type category. You can use it in the Master League. This is one of those all-rounder Pokemon that is going to help you incredibly well if you are returning to the game just now, or if you're starting your Pokemon Go journey. Honestly, this is an event you just cannot miss. Tip number 5, evolve your Pancham. You're probably like, why? Remember, in order to trigger the Pancham evolution into Pangoro, you need to have Pancham as your buddy, but you need to catch 32 dark type while that Pancham has been set as your buddy. Remember I told you to hatch those 12-kilometer eggs? I recently hatched myself a shiny Pancham that I really want to get the shiny Pangoro for. I'm going to be remembering to do this on this day. Tip number 6, throwing tasks. Because Deino is such an easy, excellent throw, if you're on your way to level 80, there are 3 different levels. At level 71, you need to throw 999 nice throws. At level 75, you need to throw 999 great throws. But to get to level 80 requires 999 excellent throws, I believe going from level 79. This is the best day to do that because, as I've already said, with the excellent throws and gaining XP, this is another incredible way to chip away at that so you can get closer to level 80. What's connected to this as well is that whatever buddy Pokemon you have out during this day, try and get it to Great Buddy so it can give you that catch assist, which will give you that bounce back feature in case you hit an excellent throw, but the Deino hits it away. Just another way to make sure of your throws landing. If you are considering using Lucky Eggs, but not too many of them, I have another way to extend the period of that, which is to use Origin Dialga's Roar of Time Adventure Effect, which pauses the timer on these items for 6 minutes at a time. You are going to need a little bit of Stardust and of course some Dialga candy, but if you really want to maximize those Lucky Egg potentials with that 3 times XP, remember to do that. Very, very underrated adventure effect, especially on days like this. So in summary, is this day worth your time and is it worth playing? A massive yes. I've given you all the reasons why. I've even given you secondary reasons on what you need to be doing on this day to chip away at other things. Guys, Hydreigon is a boss in Pokemon Go and you definitely want to play that. If you guys want to see everything going on in the next coming week in Pokemon Go, I will leave it at my top right, but please remember before you check that out to check out that spring marathon event, which will be going live next week as well. That's going to be at my top left. Guys, love you so much. This is Deino Com Day. Please smash that like and subscribe button, but most importantly, that hype button so we can send this video as far as wide as possible. Appreciate your support so much. Thanks for watching. We really extend so much love and gratitude towards you guys. The channel is growing and we're going to make it the best with you. Love you. Go with us. Catch you in the next one, baby.